As I stand here on the controller-cum-rider platform, I'm struck by the sheer ingenuity behind it. Not too many people know this platform was actually pre-assembled at Morgan City in Louisiana and Dubai before being installed here. With no in-house expertise, Reliance had to go in search of global talent. Soon, 200 consultants from 12 locations around the world were on board for engineering, procurement and construction. Almost 18,000 expats have worked at the KGD6. None of this comes cheap, and neither do the 85 marine construction vessels and 4 deepwater rigs that were deployed by Reliance. For instance, this rig costs $1 million a day and $1 billion over 5 years. Reliance says it realized that capex would have to be hiked, and that too at a time when commodity prices were spiraling. Anil Ambani has publicly questioned Reliance's capex claims.
Reliance Industries' capital expenditure of nearly 45,000 crores, as confirmed in Parliament just yesterday by the Petroleum Ministry, which represents to be nearly 33% of India's total defense budget,
and has even asked the Prime Minister's office to order an audit by the Controller Auditor General of India, or the CAG. So, as I make my way to the floating production storage oil vessel, where oil is collected before being shipped out, I talk to PMS Prasad about the charge of inflating the capex.
Drilling costs have gone up by 300 to 400%, but that's not the only thing. I mean, even the engineering services costs, per man-hour costs have gone to $150 to $200 and even more. So simply the engineering man-hours and as I was mentioning, some of the installation crew, we pay them $2,000 to $2,500 a day, and this was not the kind of rates that were being paid in 2003 and 4. That's simply because the world didn't have enough experienced people to do this kind of work. So the people were scarce, and we had to attract them to come here by incentivizing them by paying higher salaries. In addition, of course, all the installation vessels, which are, again, there are very few installation contractors in the world of the quality that we needed, and we have employed some of the best. Like we had on this field, we had Allseas, we had Technip, and we had Helix. These are some of the best installation contractors in the world. Technip is from France, Allseas is from Netherlands, and Helix is from the US. And to get them to work here, and considering the weather vagaries and the downtime that we have had because of the weather, there have been.
But didn't you factor all that in 2003?
In 2003, we didn't know much about this. Unfortunately, just 1 year after the discovery, we didn't know much, and then we could not foresee the kind of increase that was going to happen. If you see, in 2003, we thought, a rig and services per day would cost maybe $225,000 to maybe $250,000 a day. But in reality, when we ended up paying $1 million a day, we were shocked. And the same thing, in the peak of the commodity cycle that happened between 2005 and 8, steel prices went up, everything went up.
Correct.
Steel prices, the installation expert cost, the engineering cost, the installation spread cost, and the fact that the steel cost went up by 100%. So, we were kind of caught in this, upward spiral. So the costs were not not under our control. And I think this was a universal phenomenon. Why only talk about what are Reliance and etc.? You look at the other comparable, field costs. Everybody had to go through the same, price spiral. So, but even today, if you see the cost, the commodity prices have somewhat softened. But the services cost, we still pay $1 million a day for the drilling rig. They have not come down.
You made the largest gas discovery back in 2002. You've constructed this engineering marvel. But do you think that since the commissioning, how do you feel about the fact that it's been a little hijacked by the entire controversy? Has that overshadowed the engineering marvel?
In fact, if there is any regret, that is really my regret. We think that we have built a great asset, and as you rightly said, it's an engineering feat, and then something that the country and all the the E&P industry in the country should be proud of. And it's added so much value. Unfortunately, as you rightly said, it is this avoidable controversy, which kind of overtook all the glory and the shine off. And I'm really unhappy about this because this is not the right level of, or the right kind of recognition that all the Indian professionals, having worked very hard and, created something like this, and they don't get recognized. So, I'm not happy about it, but then that's the way life is, right? So, I do believe once the controversy blows over one way or other, that there will be recognition, and I'm happy, that at least people like you are coming and then saying this. And this way, at least there is an opportunity for us to showcase this to a much larger audience who otherwise would not be knowing about this. The fact that we have doubled the production of the gas in the country goes unnoticed because of the media controversy.
So how much are you producing today?
Right now about 36, 37 million cubic meters, and we started production on April 1st. We are about 4 months into the production, and check any other comparable field startup in 4 months. I am sure they would not have reached the 50%, near 50% capacity that we have managed. The smooth ramp up, in the production, we are very, very happy about. And this is something that speaks for the quality of the engineering and the equipment and the installation that I've done. So there goes again.
Well, time for a short break, but don't go anywhere. On the other side, catch me and PMS Prasad at the onshore terminal.